Hey everyone! So today is super exciting because I finally get to share with you my summer plans as a pharmacy intern. But before I get started, something came in the mail today that I've been earnestly waiting for, and you all can probably guess what that is, or maybe you can't. But anyway, that is my official pharmacy intern certification registration. I got it in the mail today and I was super excited. I was like, oh my goodness. It says the University of the State of New York Education Department, Donicia Cork, is registered as pharmacy intern. I'm like super excited because it's just like, wow, like all this hard work this past year, just, staying faithful and just, staying, I don't know, hopeful and trusting that, God was really gonna, see me through. It all paid off and I am officially an intern. So, also some good news today. I will be sharing with you my summer plans and I have some exciting stuff going on. So, first I will talk to you about rotations. So, as a pharmacy student, you will be going on IPPEs. What does that stand for? I believe it stands for Introductory Pharmacy Practice Experience, and you do that the summer after your first year and the summer after your second year. Then, the summer after your third year, you start your APPEs, and that goes right into the full year because you just do like 6 rotations, at least at my school. And APPE stand for Advanced Pharmacy Practice Experience. So, I will be starting my IPPEs this summer, and I will be doing it at a local grocery store. Many of you probably know it. It's called ShopRite. So, I'll be doing it at ShopRite, and I will be at their pharmacy for 3 weeks. So I will be an intern there, meaning that I will be helping to fill. I actually don't really know what I'm doing. But I will be helping to, like, fill prescriptions, counsel patients, and all that, all under the supervision of a pharmacist there. I actually really wanted this place because it's like close to where I live. And I went and spoke to the pharmacist there, and he was super nice. Like, he was so great. He reassured me. He was like, you're going to have a great time. It's easy. Don't worry about it. I told him I wasn't concerned about it being easy. I just wanted to learn. Like, that was my biggest goal, is just to learn. Well, that is my biggest goal, is to learn this summer and to really gain all the experience that I can as a pharmacy intern. So I'll be there for 3 weeks starting in June, like mid-June. I'll be there. I forget the exact dates. I'm sorry. But I'll probably vlog it or try to vlog as much as I can to show you guys. The next part of the rotation is, so that is the community rotation. So that's community pharmacy at the ShopRite pharmacy there. And I'll be doing my health and wellness part of the rotation, and that's only 1 week. And I'll be doing that at the YMCA. So from what I've heard from other students, you're really just like, playing with the kids. I love kids, so I know I'm gonna have a great time, so I'm like excited about that. Alright, so now for some really exciting news, because I am just still like mind blown at how everything just, worked out. So I received a job for this summer. And no, it's not at CVS, it's not at retail pharmacy. I did that last summer. And it was interesting. Retail pharmacy is cool. It's just maybe the one that I was at, I just wasn't really feeling it too much. It got a little hectic and crazy, and I'm just not there anymore. But this summer I have the amazing opportunity to work at a hospital. Like, oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys just a little quick story about how I got this job, because it's gonna blow your mind as much as it blows my mind, like, I promise you. So I wanted to work at hospital pharmacy like for a long time. I was just like, how am I gonna get that experience? I didn't want to work at school and work at the hospital near my school because I'm like, that's gonna be too much. Then I was just like, what hospital is gonna hire me just for the summer, because then I'm gonna go back to school. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. And it's already difficult to get into hospital pharmacy by itself. So I called up the pharmacy. I've been trying to call up all these different places in the hospital, and I was just like, what in the world? I know someone who works at the hospital, and she like gave me like the person's name, but even that person I couldn't get in contact with. So I was just like, all right, what's good? So I just kept calling around, Then eventually I finally get in contact with the pharmacy of the hospital, and I was just like, hi, I'm Danicia. I will be a pharmacy intern starting in the fall. I'm in pharmacy school, blah, 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 blah. Said the whole spiel. And they were just like, oh, okay, yeah, talk to the manager. So I was like, cool, let me get in contact with the manager. So I called the manager, I left a message, and I didn't hear anything back for like a good 2 weeks. So I'm just like, okay, this is just great. I went on the hospital's website to see if maybe they had like job openings in pharmacy, and they did not. So I was just like, okay. So I finally call again. I called the pharmacy, I'm like, hi, is like the manager available? They're like, oh yeah, call back in like 10 minutes. I call back in 10 minutes. Oh, he's still busy. Call back in 20 minutes. So I call back like an hour later, and I finally talk to the manager after like so long of trying to get in contact with the pharmacy. So I was just like, hey, I'm a pharmacy student. I'm gonna be an intern in the summer. I'm just looking for some hospital experience. Honestly, I really do not mind volunteering. And he was just like, oh, I received your message. However, I didn't call you back because I want to talk to my higher ups to see if there was something that we could do for you. So I was like, oh, okay, great. He was just like, we usually accept students from another school. However, no students have applied to be with us this summer. So we have 2 spots available. I was just like, really? Okay. I was like, oh, nice. He was like, but we don't pay those students because they would be doing their rotations like I'm doing my rotation at SharpRite. And I was just like, oh, well, I don't mind volunteering. He was like, oh, no, no, no. We're going to try to get you some money. And I was like, okay. So then I was just like, okay, cool. He was just like, all right, so I'm going to talk to my director, and he's just like, send me an email with your information so that I can forward that over to her. So I was like, great. So this was on a Friday, we had this conversation, so I waited till Monday morning, like around 8 a.m. I sent that email, just because sending an email on Friday afternoon, you're gonna go home and then you're not gonna see that whole bunch of emails accumulate over the weekend, and then my email would have been all the way at the bottom. So I waited until Monday morning, bright and early. I sent it, and then he got back to me later that day. So just some advice: when you're sending out emails, try to do it in the morning, Monday through Thursday, because after Friday it's gonna be craziness over the weekend. So yeah. So he got back to me. He was like, thank you for the information. I'll contact you as soon as I know anything. So then I received a phone call one day from like the area code of where I live, and I was just like, oh, okay, I don't know who this is. So I picked up. She was just like, hi, I'm calling from the hospital, and I was referred to you from the pharmacy manager. And so she just kind of wanted to get some information. She was just like, okay, so how did you even find out about this? I was just like, I just called the pharmacy looking for a job. She was just like, okay, because we normally don't offer jobs for the summer for students. However, we don't have any students coming in, so we really don't mind actually making a position for you to work. And I was just like, really? So she was just like, just send me your resume. It can be very informal. Just, email me a copy. So I email her a copy of my resume, and then she sends me an email. She's just like, hey, so what we did was we made a position specifically for you in our, like, in their career portal on their website. Go on the website, find a certain position, fill it out, and then we'll get back to you. Literally filled it out in like an hour. 15 minutes after I filled out the application, I received an email from HR saying like, hi, here goes the link, please, send all your references. So like I called up my references. I was like, hey, you're going to be receiving something. Just keep an eye out. And so they did, and they received it like literally minutes after I called. Then literally like 30 minutes after I sent the application, like I kid you not, HR is just like, hey, like we want to schedule an interview in the next 2 weeks. When can you come in? And thankfully, like that was like 2 weeks before school was over. So literally, like the day after I came back from school, I had the interview. And so I spoke with HR. It was great. It didn't even feel like an interview. It just felt like I was just talking because we were having a great time laughing and whatnot. So then he's just like, okay, this was great. So what happens is they send you to HR. If HR gives you the stamp of approval, you go to your department and you speak with the manager there. So I guess I was given the stamp of approval because he sent me over to the hospital, and I spoke with the pharmacy manager, and we were just sitting. She was showing me around. She was just like, introducing me to everyone. She's like, this is Dani. She's going to be here this summer. And I was just like, I am? Okay, I guess I got the job. So yeah, that was great. And she pretty much explained to me, like, she was just like, you're really lucky because we normally don't do this. So we're going to try it out this summer and see how it goes. When I tell you, when she said I was lucky, I was like, girl, it is not luck. It is God. Because how does that even happen? Like, when you guys think I'm joking, like when I say a lot of these things, and like, I know hard work is very important and all of that, but me telling this story, you have to agree that this is nothing of my own doing, but seriously, God, and I'm just so grateful and thankful for him. But anyway, so after that day, it was great. I didn't hear anything back for like a couple days, and I was just like, oh, I thought the interview went well. I thought that I got the stamp of approval. I was just like, oh, okay. So then I received an email that was saying, congratulations, we would love to welcome you to our team. We are offering you a position. Please get back to us. I responded, I accepted the position, and I officially will be working at the hospital as a pharmacy assistant. I'm super excited. I'm so happy. I just ordered my scrubs the other day, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm official. I'm being scrubs. So those are my plans for the summer. It's gonna be a little crazy only because the 3 week span that I have my rotations, I still have to work. So I spoke with the manager and she was just like, yeah, you can come in after your rotation, and that's like 9 to 5. So who knows? I could be working like 6 to 2 a.m. or working 16-hour days. I don't know. But either way, I'm grateful for the job. I'm grateful for the opportunity because I know how hard it is to get into hospital pharmacy. I'm really just happy about the connections and networking that I hope will happen, because this is great opportunity for after I graduate, you know, to potentially have people that I know who can help me for like references, or even to allow me to work at the same place. So we even talked about that. She was just like, you know, we'll see how this summer goes, and then maybe even next summer you can come back and work with us again. And I was just like, that would be great. So guys, when I really tell you, like, this is seriously all God, because I didn't know what I was gonna do this summer. Like, I know I needed money, and I was just like, where am I gonna work? I was trying to work at Walmart. The manager that I spoke with in my area, like the Walmart in my area, he was giving like so hopeful. He's like, oh yeah, like we can get you started. Then like towards, you know, when it was time for me to come back home, that all changed. She was just like, oh, you know, we actually don't have any space. And I was just like, I was starting to worry because I was just like, God, like, what am I gonna do this summer? What's gonna happen? And I was worried because of my rotations. I was just like, that's 3 whole weeks. That's a long time. I was just like, what's gonna happen? And the pharmacy job, like, they didn't even have the job. They made the job for me. Like where do you hear that at? Where do you hear that at? So I am like super grateful. Just even like thinking about it, I'm just like, wow, like I could have been jobless. Not only do I have a job, but now I have such a great experience that is going to happen. And regardless of how hard it is, because I'm a little nervous, regardless of how hard it is, I'm going to make sure that I take in as much as I can, that I learn so much from the individuals that I'll be working with. And today we had orientation, so that's I'm a little like dressed up. We had orientation today, which is great. Like, the hospital staff is amazing, and I'm so excited to work with them. So that was today. So I actually like met another person who works at the pharmacy, and I was just like, hey, like, how is it, and all this stuff. She was just like, it's great. She was just like, they're very helpful, and she's like, it takes some time to like understand how to work the Pyxis system and all that stuff, but she said that you'll get it eventually. So I'm really going in with a positive, grateful attitude. Like, regardless of how hard it gets, how busy it gets, how crazy it gets, I'm gonna constantly remind myself that this was a God-given opportunity. So I'm going to make sure that I take advantage of it and I learn as much as I can, because whoa. So those are my plans for the summer. I'm gonna try to vlog as much as I can. Obviously, I don't think I can vlog in the hospital or in the ShopRite pharmacy, but I'll try to be creative and do a little something for you guys so you guys can actually see, or I'll tell you guys about my experiences as the summer progresses. So those are my summer plans. I'm super excited. Like, God is faithful, y'all. Like, that's really all I can say, is God is so faithful. I just hope that you guys see, like, throughout this journey, that I'm no special. Like, I'm God's daughter just as much as you're God's daughter and God's son. We are all his children. So I'm showing you this because I want you to know that just as faithful God is to me, he is faithful to you too. You know, so just continue to trust him. Believe that he is going to see you through even when that doesn't seem possible. You know, people always ask, like, how can you be so content? How can you be so calm, especially during finals and during everything? Like, how can you be so calm? And it's just like, I'm only calm because I know that it's gonna work out because God is just that amazing. So, just, be calm, be content, and just know that the peace of the Lord is real. And he is truly faithful. That's all I want to share for today. I told you I was gonna let you guys know what my summer plans are because I had just had the interview when I made the first video, so I didn't want to like say like, oh, I got the job, and I didn't, because that would have been really awkward. So we had orientation today. I still kind of don't know when my start date is. I'm gonna email them and ask them, like, when I officially start. But yeah, so those are my plans. If you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me at behismasterpiece@gmail.com, or you can comment below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So that's all for today, and as always, be his masterpiece. Bye, everyone.